went pretty quick, so. I think we're gonna have to do 2 more, at least today. Or at least 2 until take a break. It's only 7:30, so maybe I'll have to do a bunch actually. Maybe I'll rewatch this one whilst I'm like taking a break here. I'm gonna do the other one first and then I'll revisit that one. Okay, this one's an interesting one. I don't know if I'm gonna answer your second question, sorry. If you read, like, obviously you didn't read the preamble, right? Because I had to tell you about the word and the number and stuff. So I'm not even in the preamble. Your question, I said I'm not the guy for you, but I'll try it anyways since you didn't read it, and we'll see what happens there. But the first one for sure. Let's go. Let's do this one. I can't tell if like I can't tell what oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be an interesting one, I think. So we'll use this one. I'm not sure I understand either, Siri. So let's address the first point. The working point. Because something I understood, or I've come to understand about this, is that the working with the Ten of Wands sideways. Or not sideways, battle. It's the battle position, right? Coming out all battle-y right there. Yeah, the thing about it, from what I can recognize, is that there's no end to it, right? In essence, in terms of this industry, it's like you have to. I'm okay. Little bit of a backstory. We'll go through it quick. But like I've done a lot of different, not a lot, but like quite a bit of various types of jobs, I guess. Not really. It's not like super expensive, but I did work hard. And in each one I tried to bring as much to it as I could. But nothing has been quite like getting into this. And I've been doing this long. Because of the work. Because of the nature of the work. It's purposeful. So I think that's like the primary point, or at least the ending point, that's going to carry you through to the ending. Is like within the working, within the work, what are you defining that by? Meaning like, Is it just a job? Is it like you're doing it to make money? Because from what I can tell, that's not an easy thing to do. It's a pretty, like, there's a lot of people doing it, right? And yeah, it can feel purposeful. But it can also be confusing and frustrating, I'd say. The Queen of Cups and the Seven of Moons. Because it's so much effort for what, right? The only reason that it's working, I'm doing it this particular way, is that, like, my life's path has led me to a position where I can see, I know that I have, like, some kind of solution to the turmoil. Where I'm able to, like, guide people into a position of Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, the Temperance and the Queen of Swords. It's kind of a jumbled up thing, but I think I'm here to, like, remove the stubbornness. Basically, in essence. So, like, that's what's kind of driving me, is, like, taking out the blocks, fixing the issues, you know, fixing the emotional issues of our kings, taking out the, like, stubbornness of the Queen of Swords, right? Getting her back into a kind of, like, guided kind of, like, direction of her own choosing, really. I'm not here to, like, force anything. Exactly. Removing those things. Showing more temperance, bringing the temperance back. That's why I think it works for me. Right? Like, that's why I think I'm just that when you go and you are gonna ask yourself the same question, like, can I do it, and, like, is it gonna, like, support me and stuff like that? There's certain practical things that you got to consider, like how many people are doing it and why they're doing it, right? Because it's like, it's safe. It's safe in the sense that you're not, like, risking your body, and you know, like, you don't it's pretty enjoyable too, so we'll say that, right? So you got to realize that lots of people are trying to make a living out of it, like, the work. The thing about it is that, like, when you consider it that way, the Ace of Moons, right? When you consider it that way, you're actually kind of, like, opening up the door, perhaps, to, like, some, let's put it, issues with the devil reversed. Because it's like the intention is all upside down, right? Like, the basis of it, the foundation of it is, like, lacking. It hasn't been built correctly. So you end up with like 5 of Swords energy, where things are always kind of like you're unsure. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. It's like, think about it. You need to know like why you're doing something, and if it's like to make money, at that point you're kind of like just at the whims of the external world again, right? You're only going to be doing it to like try and generate money. So there's nothing beyond that that's like driving you. And that's always going to lead to like some form of self-doubt. And the self-doubt in that industry, I'm giving it to you straight, will come across as inauthenticity, because you're going to be pushing a product at that point. And it's not something that's part of the actual work in terms of like what we're meant to be doing on the planet, really. So if you want my like straight up kind of thing, I'm not trying to discourage you, but it's like just do it as just keep trucking with it, and push yourself within it. Push yourself. If you enjoy doing it and you have something to say, then push yourself. Of course, don't hold yourself back. Make moves, girl. Make moves. Just keep pushing, but don't get unrealistic in that terms. Don't be going and quitting your job or anything. I still work a day job, and I'm gonna have to like figure other things out, right? Because like you have to be practical in terms of how the economics in the world are structured currently as well, right? The point being is that don't get the two conflated, where it's like in tarot there needs to be something that's kind of like driving you beyond the like kind of wanting to make money from something that's kind of like fun or whatever, right? That can be part of it, but I wouldn't like, if that's kind of the primary principle of why you're trying to get into it, I would say like readdress that maybe, because any avenue it seems like choosing currently is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle in terms of that. You have to realize about like supply and demand kind of a little bit, I'd say. I'm at the whims of that as well, so that's kind of, again, the point is like, is there, what is standing behind the work? Like, what is the work? How do you define it? And what are you working towards? in terms of like, should I do this particular pathway, right? So again, if you got any, oh my gosh, your belly looks so full, mister. If you have any questions about it or any follow-up questions, anything at all, you let me know. All right, just DM me again. Okay, that's the end of yours. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I might take a break here. That's 3 in a row. I just did. Ouch! What are you biting me for? Little shit. What's going on here? Why are you biting me? Biting my toes is like, why'd you stop rubbing my belly, dude? Alright, we're cutting it there. We're gonna cut this one. We'll come back after a little break here. We've recorded the whole thing. It did, look at that. Holy smokes. An hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, we're at 40 minutes. Some of that is Bruno playtime, so yeah, we're gonna have to go over all this. Make cuts and all that. Alright, good night. You got the last one for this session.